Welcome to Digital Hospitality. I am your host, Sean Walchef. This is a Cali BBQ Media production. We are coming to you from the National Restaurant Association show in Chicago. It's the Super Bowl of restaurant shows, 55,000 restaurant professionals, 4 days, 12 football fields, 2,200 vendors, and we are with our partners at Cali Barbecue, Restaurant 365, to learn all about Southeast United States. You guys are dominating in that market. We need to learn about why. We love doing this show because I still own restaurants. We're about to open up our 4th restaurant. But for 13 years, I was never able to get out of my restaurant to come to this show. So content like this allows people that are hardworking, running their restaurants, to learn about all the cool things that you guys are doing. So first, let's go through the table. Please introduce yourself. You have 1 minute, so I'm putting you on a timer, Monty. 60 seconds. Who are you and what do you do?
Monty Silva. I'm a restaurant coach in Tampa, and I work with small restaurant groups from 1 to 5 restaurants that want to scale to 10 or 20, and I work with them on the strategies, and a lot of times it's getting out of the restaurant and being able to work on the business instead of in it. So I've got Restaurant 365 as one of my partners as well to help me get the restaurant owner to work on the business instead of in it, and to help their people be on the floor instead of in an office.
Excellent. I'm Julianne Gomez. I am the Southeast rep, and I'm in sunny St. Pete, Florida.
Sunny St. Pete, Florida.
Yeah.
You're not just the Southeast rep, you're the #1 rep.
I am the best.
I am the best.
That's what they've been saying.
She's the dominator.
We're gonna get more into how you're the best.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you because I lead the team that she's on.
Okay.
And I was just looking for someone that if I threw them in a room, if you've seen Squid Game,
yes.
I was looking for, hey, I'm going to do a 1,000-person Squid Game, and
yes.
whoever I hire is just going to dominate the entire room. And I found her, and she's done it ever since day one. So.
And who are you, and what's your position?
I lead the team. Matt Joyner. I lead the Southeast team for Restaurant 365. So we're working with groups 50 and under. That's our main focus. Everything from Tennessee, North Carolina down.
How long have you been working for Restaurant 365?
6 years now, yeah,
6
through
years.
the Compete acquisition.
Okay.
Were you a Compete user, by the way?
I was not.
Okay.
We're recent. We just got onboarded.
Oh, really?
It's been phenomenal.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Compete was a lot harder. It was a really old software. The business logic was similar to what we were trying to accomplish at Restaurant 365, but it was just a dinosaur of a software. So we've moved all the Compete customers over pretty close, and now they're much happier on Restaurant 365.
Can you share some of the cool things that you guys have at the show that somebody that isn't here? What are you guys rolling out?
Well, one of the big things that we just purchased Expand Share in the past couple of weeks here, and everyone's looking for AI, even when it comes to training their people, right? And so Restaurant 365 and Expand have teamed up to be able to pay. Well, now we're hiring, paying, and training all your staff as well to come with that full restaurant platform solution.
It's amazing. Can you share a little bit about what sold you on working for Restaurant 365?
What sold me to working for...
Like if you're selling Restaurant 365 that well, you had to buy in. You have to believe in what you're selling.
100%. And it's a great product, and it makes it really, really easy. The people that work for the company are also all amazing. They're all restaurant people. So it just is such a great culture, and I'm really, really proud to be a part of it and really excited.
Do you have a story about when you first onboarded somebody and they actually started using it and something changed, light bulb went off for them?
There's so many good ones. Yeah, I mean, one of our favorite ones is the Vandalay Group. How they had this great sandwich, right? And they were pushing the sandwich all the time, and they ran one report and found that this sandwich that they were pushing all the time was 70% food cost. And they were like, oh crap. And one run report, I mean, it pays for itself, and it's great, and it really changes people's lives.
70%?
Yeah, they're promoting this sandwich and telling their servers, push it. All the guests love it, everybody loves it. And they get Restaurant 365, they find out 70% food costs on the one item.
So then what did they do with the sandwich?
They switched up the portion, I believe, and talked to the vendor and said, hey, we're selling the hell out of this sandwich, like, can we get a better price? But they got it in line. I don't know exactly what the strategy was, but it was an aha moment for them for sure.
Yeah, That's just having that access to that data. They didn't have that before. They had no idea. So
what makes you so good at what you do?
I love people, and I like helping people. I like making their lives a lot easier. And restaurant people are so passionate. We're all nuts.
We all are nuts.
All nuts. You got to be crazy to be in a restaurant.
Especially Monty.
Why'd you look at me when you said that?
No comment. Yeah, so I just really like helping people, and I like showing them a demo, and when their eyes start lighting up and they start leaning in, like, I live for that, man. I really do. So.
That's awesome. Monty, when did you? Who was the first client? Do you have a story you can share? Or,
I was a user.
Memorable? Oh, you were a user. Okay.
Yeah, I was a user. So I was working for a restaurant group, and we were doing inventory every single week.
Yep.
And
weekly profit and loss statements. The only way you got to do inventory.
Yeah,
that's
daunting, right?
Yeah, it's
and so if you didn't
open up the restaurant to do inventory every week.
Yeah. So to be able to do that, you've got to be able to integrate things that correlate back and forth, whether you're downloading your invoices or you're counting inventory. It all needs to be able to come together quickly so you can be productive. And so I just found that it was the best tool from the accounting side, but now they've expanded to so many different things. And it just, Julianne was just on my show. We talked about how when you're building a tech stack, everything has to integrate. But when you can get all of that from one tech company, it's really fabulous.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can you talk about how much accountants love this tool?
Oh my God. I mean, they don't, just like Monty didn't get in the business of restaurants to count inventory, a lot of the accountants didn't come to enter invoice data. Yeah. That's not their favorite thing. They want to be strategists. They want to use their brain. And in a time where automation is so available to all of us, I mean, people love using their brain, going to work. And, talking about keeping employees and retaining employees and developing employees, there's no better way to do that than to have them use their brain when they come to work instead of just type in information.
So one of the things for me, it's been really cool. We'd go to the restaurant transformation tours and festivals that you guys put on, these regional events, and to see the caliber of restaurant owner and operator and groups that you bring to those events, and to see them exchanging ideas. For you, how do you see those events, and how do you look at what's going to happen this year?
I love the events. We actually just had our first conversations and cocktails in Tampa Bay.
I heard about that.
Did you?
I heard it went really well.
It went so well, and just having customers there, having prospects there, and just opening up the floor and talking about things, real life things that we're all experiencing right now. It's great. It really is, and it's a great learning tool. And I want to always be learning. I want everybody around me to be learning at the same time, and it really opens a great avenue for that.
Can you talk about the culture of working at Restaurant 365?
I could talk about it all day. I mean, that's one thing. I'm always learning, and I'm always getting better, and every day I wake up and I'm going to use my brain, and that is so exciting to me. I mean, I was a microbiologist before this.
Microbiology?
Yeah, so I feel like
you didn't expect her to say that, did you?
No.
I feel like I've lived a million lives, but I loved science. I liked being in the lab, but I've used my brain so much more here. And
Science of restaurants.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome. Monty, can you share anything about that you see happening in Southeast? Give us an overview of what's happening.
Yeah, so I was at the Cocktails and Conversation event in Tampa. It was awesome, and I loved the fact that it was a Q&A session. Matt curated some of the questions, and then it was opened up, and there was interaction from the guests and the audience, and it was a really, I think, collaborative, really cool conversation, and I'm looking forward to more of those. But yeah, the Tampa Bay is starting to really take off, and a lot of great restaurants out down there, a lot of great things happening. It's not Miami by any chance, but it's getting kind of, it's moving that direction. But it's a little more laid back and chill, and I have clients in Florida, but none right in the Tampa Bay area. But there's a lot of really great restaurant groups down there, and I'm starting to interact with them and find out what their pain points are and seeing how I can help.
It's awesome. So if people are listening to this and they're not Restaurant 365, why should they become?
Well, number one, our founders are so dedicated to our customer base. I mean, just
I'm not biased, but seriously,
some of the most amazing people I've ever met, right? And I think it starts with them. I've never worked for a company where the founders were so passionate about the customers, helping restaurant thrive. We don't just say that, we back it up. And you look at the space that we're dealing with the 1 to 50 unit operators. I mean, a lot of these folks, blood, sweat, and tears, they've sacrificed to build something from scratch. It's not easy. It's not easy. It just gives us so much pride to be able to help them and really listen to them. It's like, hey, what are you guys dealing with? Labor. Labor's hard. Find them, recruit them, keep them. What do? We go out and we develop more labor tools for people. So I've worked for other companies in the past where leadership is leading off of a spreadsheet or some idea that some PE company has.
Yeah.
But this company, the founders spend time with the customers and they listen to them, and I think that's powerful.
And why do you think? The question is, why, if someone that's listening that isn't a Restaurant 365 customer, why should they become one?
Restaurant specific. I mean, you didn't get in the business to sit there and enter data. That's what I always tell people. And if we can automate that for you, why wouldn't you want to do that? So then you could be in the restaurant, you could be eating food with people, you could be making those relationships with your customers. I mean, did you make a restaurant so you could be, looking at invoices all day? No one wants to do that. It's not fun. So let's get you back doing the fun things that you want to do.
That's awesome.
Get out of cloud chaos.
Cloud chaos.
That's what I would say.
Restaurants focus so much attention on taking care of the guest, and it's great working with Restaurant 365 because they're taking care of, their partners, and that's really the way you guys look at, the restaurant groups you work with. They're partners, and Julianne and I have become friends, and she's constantly supporting me, and I'm doing everything I can to support her and Matthew and the rest of the team.
It's awesome. Yeah. So if you guys want to learn more, where do they go?
Call my cell phone.
Yeah?
I'll put it on the air.
Okay.
941-628-0280.
That's a real salesman. I love it.
Call Julianne. Call Monty.
201-370-1481.
There you go. Close the deal. Monty?
All right, 615-934-0261.
That's probably the weirdest thing we've ever done.
Let's blow it up.
Gave our cell phones out on a live
blow it up.
Tell your
podcast.
story, right? You always
That's
say
right.
that, Sean.
Well, we appreciate you guys. Restaurant 365 been incredible partners of digital hospitality. We are always impressed with all of the cool things that you're doing. We can't wait to get to Nashville. That's going to be a fun time. Are you guys going to be there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you're in Nashville, if you're in the surrounding areas, are there still tickets available? Do we know?
I think there's.
I'll run that by
some.
Alex.
Yeah, I think there's some.
There are definitely tickets available.
Yeah, we'll talk
space.
to Alex. Yeah,
we'll make space for you.
Yeah, but everybody from Atlanta over to Raleigh, maybe over to Kansas. I mean, if you're in that area, get to Nashville. You won't be disappointed. Hundreds of customers. You've been to them before, right? Yeah,
for sure. It's awesome.
So
we can't wait. So check out Restaurant 365. We'll see you in Nashville. And if you want to connect with me, it's at Sean P. Walchef, ShawnPWalchef. We appreciate you guys. I'll get you back on the floor because you have lots of customers.
Yeah, we do.
That one demo is
so busy.
I know.
Yeah, almost 3,000 people in the first 2 days.
Seriously, that's impressive.
All right. Talk
Get
to
you
you
out of
soon.
here. See ya.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.